Tiana Jones never imagined that one moment of public humiliation would lead to the most triumphant night of her life. She was 14, chubby, and quiet, the kind of girl most people overlooked in the polished halls of Westbrook Academy, a prestigious private school in Georgia where the children of doctors, CEOs, and politicians paraded their designer lives like trophies. Tiana didn't wear Prada or Chanel. Her shoes were slightly scuffed, her braids neat but simple, and her lunch was always packed in a brown paper bag by her mother, Loretta, who worked as a housemaid for the wealthy Crenshaw family. Tiana only attended Westbrook because Loretta negotiated a staff scholarship when the Crenshaws hired her, not out of charity, but because it gave them bragging rights. "We believe in helping the underprivileged," Mrs. Crenshaw would say at country club luncheons, sipping her Sauvignon Blanc, never once looking Tiana in the eye. Tiana knew her place. She never sat at the front. She never raised her hand too high. And she definitely never danced. But Tiana loved music. At home, when no one was watching, she would lose herself in melodies, from Whitney Houston to Adele to Beyoncé, moving with a rhythm and freedom that made her feel like someone else entirely. Her body, often a source of shame, became her instrument. Her weight didn't matter when she danced, in fact, it seemed to make her presence more powerful, more rooted in the beat. But she never showed anyone. Not even her mother. Until the night of the winter formal. Westbrook's winter formal was legendary, a ballroom affair with chandeliers, tuxedos, and social media bragging rights. Tiana almost didn't go. She didn't own a dress. But Loretta worked overtime and managed to buy a clearance gown, deep purple, empire waist, with tiny sequins that shimmered under light. "Baby, you're going to look like royalty," Loretta whispered, tears in her eyes as she zipped it up. Tiana felt beautiful for the first time in a long time. Nervous, but beautiful. When she walked into the ballroom, heads turned, not in admiration, but in confusion. "Who let the help in?" someone whispered. But Tiana held her head high. She clutched her invitation and made her way to a quiet table near the punch. The night wore on. Girls twirled, boys laughed, and Tiana sat, trying to blend in. That's when Blake, the class clown and football quarterback, sauntered over with his group. "Hey Tiana," he grinned, too wide, too rehearsed. "Wanna dance?" His friends snickered behind him, phones at the ready. Tiana hesitated. She knew a trap when she saw one. But something in her heart whispered, "Show them." She stood up. Blake blinked, surprised. She took his hand and let him lead her to the center. A circle formed. Whispers rippled. "This is gonna be good," someone said. The music started, a remix with a strong beat. Blake did a goofy two-step and backed away, expecting her to look awkward, to freeze up, to embarrass herself. But Tiana didn't. She closed her eyes for a brief second and heard the music like it was meant for her. Then she moved. Not hesitantly, but with power, grace, and undeniable rhythm. Her arms flowed, her hips swayed, her feet kept perfect time. A spin, a drop, a pop of her shoulder, every move precise yet natural. The laughter died. Phones kept recording, but mouths were open now, in awe, not mockery. She didn't just dance. She commanded. The room that tried to silence her was now breathless. By the time the song ended, Tiana struck a pose and looked around. A beat of silence. Then, roaring applause. Some cheered. Others screamed. Even the DJ gave a shout-out. Blake, dumbfounded, stepped back, his prank turned to ashes. Tiana walked past him, head high, heart pounding. She returned to her seat as students, including girls who never acknowledged her, came over, gushing. "That was insane. Where'd you learn to move like that? You should try out for the spring talent show." The ice had cracked. That moment went viral. Within hours, the clip was posted online. "Chubby maid's daughter slays the dance floor," the headline wasn't kind, but the video was magic. Millions watched. Thousands commented. Most were inspired. Some were cruel. But one comment stood out: "We'd love to see her perform, reach out at Essence Dance Co." Loretta sat in disbelief that night, watching the video over and over, hands trembling. "Baby, you're famous." In the weeks that followed, Tiana was invited to speak on local news. She danced on the school stage. She joined the Essence Dance Company's scholarship program. For the first time, she wasn't invisible. She was seen. Not because of who her mother worked for, or because of how she looked, but because she dared to dance when they expected her to fail. Loretta watched her daughter blossom, holding back tears. "You showed them what you're made of," she whispered one night. "And now the world knows." But Tiana remained humble. She continued to help her mother clean houses on weekends. She didn't change who she was. Fame didn't go to her head, it went to her heart. She began mentoring other shy girls, teaching them to dance and love their bodies. She told them, "Don't wait for the world to accept you. Accept yourself first. The world will catch up." 1 year later, Tiana was awarded a scholarship to attend a prestigious performing arts school in New York. Before she left, Westbrook Academy invited her to speak at graduation. She walked onto the stage, the same stage where no one noticed her before, and looked out at the sea of faces. "They asked me to dance as a joke," she said, voice steady. "But I danced for myself. That night didn't just change how they saw me, it changed how I saw myself. You don't have to be skinny to be strong. You don't have to be rich to be worthy. And you don't have to stay silent just because someone expects you to." The audience stood in thunderous applause. Loretta cried in the front row. That night at the after-party, Blake, the same boy who once mocked her, approached with a nervous smile. "I was a jerk," he said quietly. "You're amazing." "I'm sorry." Tiana nodded. "Thanks," she said simply, and walked away. She didn't need revenge. Her success was enough. Today, Tiana is a celebrated dancer, choreographer, and advocate for body positivity. She travels the world, but always remembers where she came from. Every year, she returns to Westbrook to host free workshops for underprivileged girls. They dance together, not for attention, not to prove anything, but for the joy of being exactly who they are. Because sometimes, the ones who are laughed at first, are the ones who end up changing the world.